Hello, it's Jane. Lipstick on. Okay. Right. What did they say in the Hungry? Lipstick on, eyes are bright. Right. Here we are. Now, I am sweating because I have just turned my studio upside down. And I cannot find the bulk of my stamps. But I have the important ones I wanted to show to you today, but there are others that I wanted to show as well, but luckily there are many and I can use those instead. Tell me where you're watching from, tell me where you are, how's your day going? Right. Because this, well, I have the stamped effect, I have the original drawings, so we'll just have to deal with that. But I cannot find my fairy stamps anywhere. Maybe they're at the warehouse. Maybe I did a live stream with them there. I can't remember. Anyway, I cannot find them. But over my time creating art supplies, pretty much since 2017, I don't even know how many stamps I've created, but I know I love creating them. They're lots of fun. Now, some of them are ones that I have, we have that are exclusive to our website. That one's actually sold out. These are for swatching. I love it. Might have to take my little thing up a little bit. Hey Sarah, hey April, hey Kerry, hey Carol, hey Emma, hi Scrap Babs, hey Christine and Jen. Thank you for joining me. Isn't it just so... Siri just answered, go away, Siri.
No problem.
I won't. What? Ugh, listening to me for no reason. So those are ones that I've done on my own. Some of these are prototypes. So this one actually never ended up happening. And these are just going back over time. I've also got some wooden stamps. Gosh, where are they? My box of stamps is gone. And I must have taken it somewhere. Not to worry. Because, well, I have all of these ones here, but this is sort of like my collection of unused ones. I've got all my messy used up ones. Well, that one's been used because then they're all pristine, you see. Anyway, this is various collections since 2017, and there's more than just these ones here. Like I said, I've got the wooden ones, other face stamps, building face stamps, all sorts of different things. Plus, sort of a slightly different category, but the newest ones are the art foamies. But they're a different category. We're talking about clear stamps. Oh, that's the artwork from them. That's artwork. Okay, right. What I'm really referring to are these gorgeous ones that I've done with Creative Expressions. And I've got a series of fairies, and they're the ones I can't find. And honestly, it's absolutely driving me mad. So these are Halloween. Now these ones, there are elements in here that we could use in other ways, but they're, I suppose it's just witchy poos. Witchies can be for any time of year, really. And this is more about magic, so this can be for any time of year. And then we've got the little Merry Cutemas, Kitty Christmas and Santa Paws sets that are inspired by my little doglins and cat from childhood, etc. But the ones that I wanted to, so I've got those here, because they're all the unused ones. I've got to keep a nice little set of unused things for my records. And I thought I might integrate some of the Star Power stamps as well. turn them into fairies. And I've got a gorgeous set of wings. I might just pull them out, actually. Ah, right. Okay. So I don't have the latest Pegasus that has the other wing as well. So I'm going to have to harass Angus about that again. No worries. Because these, we can turn any figure into a fairy with her little wings, right? I'll just have to use the back of the stamp if I want to use that. And what I've got here are some of the original drawings for the Christmas stamps and the text and everything. Ideas for text. This was the Sugar Bum Fairy and the Sugar Plum Fairy. And then in this journal I've also, oh, Zorro, cute little Zorro. Also I've done a little bit of stamping here. They're in yarn. And this is where I test the stamps that I've created as I'm going along, as well as just some random journaling. Testing colour swatches in here. I do love putting stamps on these later. This is one of the Fairy Christmas stamps, just repeated over and over and over. And when they arrive, just testing them. And then using them in different ways. How cute she is. So that's a stamp, and these are other parts of the stamp set, little presents. These are the stamps, and then this is the other little part. This is the stamp, and then I've added Rudolph's Red-Nosed Reindeer. Naughty, nice, I tried. And then testing out different other stamps and stencils. Excusez-moi. And this is Brush with Fame markers. Oh, actually it's not, it's something else. What have I got in here? Oh, prototypes of stencils, of packaging, of artwork. Oh, this is one of the little stencils, a little instruction sheet on how to create such a thing. Oh, I love those. This is one of the stencils, and then using the stamps inside. And then when I create the packaging for the stamps, I need to make it bigger than the actual, then it will actually appear. And this is just them painted out, and then this is what goes on the packaging, so you can really see some ideas of how you might like to use the stamps. And if I paint it like this, it helps me keep the colours cohesive so that they look nice on the little set. Oh, it's nice sort of having a little look back, but I wish I could find the actual stamps. I used them not that long ago. Anyway. So this is the same artwork, Pigments of Imagination, that we had used the other day, and watercolour, just in different, how different the tone is when you're using different colours. Oh, here's Zozzy, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. So the stamps are created so that they had a bit of a Christmas flavour to them, but aside from some of the key elements, really they're cats and with a few little accessories, and they're all interchangeable. So he's got a Christmas sweater and a scarf, but then all of the other little things are other little decorations you can use. So we've got the Christmas aspect here. I mean, and to make it Christmassy, we're just going to add a little mistletoe or a little bit of a Christmas decoration. Suddenly it's Christmas. But this could be Harry Potter. And if we didn't have the little Christmas sweater. It's just a cute little caroler, right? And then this here's actually some of the original artwork. I just gather things up. Oh yes, I think that was an idea. I just have never even done it. This is the little art supply stamps. Oh, I love these girls. I might do these today. The Star Power stamp set, and there's a stencil set that goes with it as well. So, I'm just going to put that off to one side. And my little things there. But gosh, when you've got a collection as big as I've got to keep it organised. I can't find anything, as is proven today. Like literally. Hey Wendy and Yvonne's here. Oh, it's just so nice to see you all. Sarah's going crazy for the art foamies. Oh, that's fabulous. So what I've wanted to play around with was taking the Christmas stamp into other, just playing around with them. But I can't find I don't have the stamps that I wanted to use. But anyway, my brain will get over it in a minute, but it's going to take it a minute. So, seeing as that's what's going to happen, and I just have to roll with it. I'm an artist. What do they say to us? Too sensitive. This is also from the Little Christmas Fairies. That's what she's from originally, but we don't. But that doesn't mean anything. It's like with my Art Foamies collection. You know, this is Pegasus's wing, but it's an angel wing or a fairy wing, whatever, or swan wing, whatever you want to do with it. Doesn't matter. It's just. See now, she's cute. See, imagine her. Give her some little wings too. Boop boop. Frida, this is what I was looking for. Now one of these is the old one. That's the old one. That's the good one. Okay. So I've got all my stencils there, and I need to do something just completely not whatever else. I need to do something completely else. So I need a bigger journal. I need some white paper. Now I can't show you pages in this because it's all secret. Ooh. Okay, we're safe this way out. Oh, I'm starting to feel better already. I think one of my least favourite things on the planet must be not being able to find stuff. Right. Now, something else that we can do, so I can spray through this and, well, let's do that first. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I might use my Pigments of Imagination. Some kind of like soft colours, I think. And so I've got fair enough. Now, what I can do, I need to hold this down so I get a nice little good impression. So I'm just going to pull out a couple of my little clips. These are little handy helpers. And they're named that because they're very handy. Now, if I don't want a line at the side of my page, I could do something about that as well. Just put something in there, but it'll be all right. Will I regret it? Probably. Yeah, Jane, come on, do it properly. So what I'm talking about is, see where the stencil finishes? I'm going to spray, so I'll end up with a little stripe at the side. But if I just organise myself, just calm down a little bit, I will not regret just taking the moment it takes to just do this. And just move that a little bit, okay. Oh, calm down, lady. Right. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to just pre-visualize. I'm going to get the same little stripe here, but I can live with that. No, I can't. For the second that it takes, and you've got the equipment, Jane, just come on, love, let's do this. Okay. I might even put, these are just exactly as they are, handy for all sorts of things. So I'm thinking I'm going to have soft colour in the hair. What happens if I do a bit of a rainbow? Wow, I'm really going to plan this. Oh my gosh. Who is she? Okay, I'm going to plan this out a little bit. What colours? Okay. Purple, blue, green. Okay, this could be nice. Might even pop that in there, and that in there. Might not have that one, okay, and I might get even a warm, so I've got a little, this is these sorts of colours. That might be too green too soon, because I do have the choices, so I might even go, let's just, we'll see. So I'm going to have I'll start warm to cool. And, oh, I need to get a little bit more ink in here. So it gets extra splattery when there's not as much ink in there because air is getting caught up in there. So if I don't want that splattery look, then I just need to add more ink into my mister. See how this is much smoother? I'm not getting the splatters. And that's because it's just, there's not air getting caught in there. So this one again might get a little bit splash. Oh no, that one's all right. It has to be really quite low. So that was Yeti. I'll just do a little bit of Goblin, just a little. Okay. Bunyip. And Sylph. So just having a look, I've got all the hair. I think we need something a little tiny bit warmer. So I pulled this yellow out, but I wonder if lemon sherbet would be softer, would be better. Oh no, but that's not permanent. Okay, this is all permanent ink, so this would be good for a background. Okay, I'll just give I just want a little bit of warmth at the top. And before I move my stencil, if I've got this lovely impression on there. I can add another pattern, you see. If I've got I was thinking, if I added this over the top and then sprayed something dark through it, I'd get another little pattern. So that was just what was in my mind. That's what I did on one of the other little tests there, and I wanted to do a video. I just haven't gotten around to it. We'll just do it. I don't think this is the right, something with a smaller, yeah, that's not the right lace pattern. What I'm talking about is if I put lace over it and spray over again, I'll get another pattern. But I've got a fair amount happening here already. So I'm just going to take this off. Oh, how gorgeous is that? I wiggled the stencil a little bit and I got a bit of a smear there. But you can see a little bit the lace print. But like I did with the, I used the lace with the thing the other day. Now I've got the opposite here. So I might pop this in, and this is my journal. Oh, and one of those, remember I added pigment pebble into, was it Yeti? Or Bunyip? I can't remember now. Was it Goblin? One of them's got pigment pebble in it, and I've got the shimmer in there. It's Heaven. I think it must be Cherub. No, it's fair enough. Sorry, there she is. It's got the pigment pebble in there. Yum. Okay, so just get that out of the way. Now, if I want this to be a better impression, what I might do, I'll give it a little spritz, just make sure that ink is activated. And there might be areas where there's not enough ink, but I'm not going to get a perfect impression anyway, so it's just a way of not wasting ink. And if it doesn't turn out any good, whatever, I can paint over it anyway. Right. Oh, that's a good idea. Debbie says the hats and the little elements from these could work with these girls. Oh, I love that. Because then I can stamp. Oh, did I stamp them around the right way? Yes, 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 yes. Oh, for you. Because the stencils you can reverse. Stamps you can't. So some of my art foamies you can, but just you're not really using the art foamies. So look how cool that is. Yeah, so this area here, I said I don't really have enough ink, but I love the little spotty way that it looks. And just quickly, while we're here, I'm just going to because I like the spotty, I like this solid, but I don't like the puddled ink. Like I can't decide which of those two things it is. So I'm going to come in and just, well, I must like it if I'm bothering to do this. I really find that stamps, stencils, the art foamies, all these little, they're like a little imagination tool. So these stamps, the clear stamps that I'm showing you, these are part of my collection with Creative Expressions. So these are some of the ones you can get at other retailers. But of course we have them on my website. And all of these collections that come out, they come out, they sorry, what am I trying to say? They come out and then they're a thing, and then they're gone pretty quickly. Just all collections usually, because you know there's new things all the time. So sometimes once they've come out, they're a little bit hard to find. I've got them at my website. Oh, but this is kind of cool. So if I wanted to accentuate that, should we just do an old school stencil playing around? Why don't I get my brush and just drag that ink. Oh, it might be a bit wet. Oh, and I treated myself to a new Dame Judy. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to try something. I don't know if this will work. This is their Muse Mop. Because it's just a very surface little creature and I'm going to get little rough marks, But I wonder if this would be a wonderful, because it's not going to absorb too much stuff just because of the material. Oh, come back here. Naughty little thing. So I don't think this will be about using your Christmas stencils. This is just going to be whatever happens. I try and plan things, sort of, do I? But yes, I'm not that kind of artist that does like demos, you know? Just one of those people that can't be told what to do. Which is good for some things and bad for others. If I just give that a little resuscitation, remembering that these aren't a watercolour ink, they're behaving like that now with a little bit of water on them, but they will dry to a more permanent finish. Should I give that a little bit of the yellow? Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, I'll put that aside to clean. So I've got that version, and this version. I'm just going to quickly put my little hairdryer over that while you ask me a question. TV says, share the secrets with us. They're not confirmed secrets yet. Once things are more confirmed secrets, then that's different. Honestly, the bit of pebble pigment that is popping up from that little spritz that I gave, and she's still giving herself all over. She's popping up in here and here. I just can't even tell you how much I appreciate your service, ma'am. Which even one was it? I think it was like this. Tiramisu. Yes, I have fun naming things. Okay. What is she talking about with this glimmer? Look, can you see? It's I've got to make it disappear and then reflash. But it's this orangey little... Anyway, it's there. Trust me. And it's very gorgeous. So then I've got the stamps that matchy poo. And you can mix and match. You don't have to stick with one, this one or that one. We could draw in the faces. We could just leave it like this. Or, as Debbie suggested, can I get some of these little accoutrements? Of course I can. Oh, I'm just going to pretend I did this on purpose. Okay? So we've got Harry Potter type glasses. Oh, they're going to be cute. We've got the Dame Edna's. They're a little bit big. But these ones work really well, like more like a sunglass. We've got little hats. Scarves. Oh, Sozzy. Okay. So we can turn these a little bit Christmas, actually. This will be the opposite of what I plan to do. Turning something Christmas instead of taking something not Christmas. Making it a little bit Christmassy. Like, how cute would that little mistletoe be there? This might be the Christmas starlets, okay? Let's just say. Because I can't do too many big things, and who's going to get Santa's beard? We've got a little flower in here. But let's just add, well, one of my favourites is the Lucille ball. Lucille, so let's grab her. Let's get the stamp. Now I've got my squid ink here, and I've got a little something else, okay? And I do tend to use my black ink, I must say. Yeah, the stamps are gorge. Okay, now if I didn't want to ink up, say if I just wanted to use her face and I wanted to put something else from one of the other stamps, just don't ink it up, or then get a baby wipe and take it off. So I'm going to do a little practice over here. I'll just have some practices over here on this side. Perfection. Now, the trick that my friend Robin told me, stand up when you do a stamp. And I've been doing this with my art foamies too. It just gives you a better impression. So I'm just lining them up, everything's clear. And a lot of work went into the stencils and the stamps so that you could get everything to line up. Gorgeous. I wonder if I should put it in each one or just have some. Okay, now I've got her here, and I'm going to add her to something else, another body. Just 1 second, I want to see something. And do you know what else would look really nice if I didn't use the black ink? If I used a softer ink, it would really let the colours behind sing equally. See, now that's instant Christmas. If she had mistletoe, instant Christmas. If I use the softer ink colours, what I'm talking about, just like a light brown, that would be a bit softer. Yeah, gorge. Why is your head out here? Oh, okay, got an extra head. Right, now let me just check something. Are you the earlier one? Because some of them might not work. I'll work it out as I go. That's right. Just stay on target, Jane. Don't squirrel. But look, I've got these other bodies. Oh, and you know what? This is a little bit Christmas too, you know, these girls. The Ta-da stamps, don't you think? Oh, I love that stencil. Oh, full squirrel brain today. Absolutely shocking. And don't say every other day, okay? Even though that is true. But I've got these other little bodies here. So it would be a bit big. But I could certainly do that as well. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. Just because I can. And then I'm going to turn her into a bobble-headed fairy. Life will be fabulous. No. Will that be enough? I'll do this bigger one. This is, of course, if you put the stencil around. So these big stamp clear things, obviously, I've got the JD on them. They are from my collection. The reason they've got the turquoise and these little patterns and things and the checks is it helps you line things up. I use them to line up drawings, so this is my symmetry grid, but I also have them on there so that I can find them, because clear acrylic gets lost very easily on a table, doesn't it? So now I'm going to use my squid ink stamp pad because it's got this little corner and it's quite easy for me to get intricate with it. I'm not sure how much of her neck and shoulder, so I'm just going to come up a little bit higher than I need to. Just give her a little pitter-patter. And then just look, and I know some of you will be full-on expert stampers. I just do what I think might work, and sometimes I pick up some handy tips along the way from experts, like standing up when you do a stamp. I know you can like put post-it notes and stamp down this, but this is just what I do because I know I can draw in whatever else I need to. But I'm going to give her, oh, I wonder if that's got juice on it. Do I need to clean? This is a good idea, good reason to clean your stamps. They're all my squid ink though, so it should be okay. I'm going to get her body like this. I didn't stand up. Ugh. I'm going to redo that. I think that is dry. And I remember finding it under there and putting it back in where I just pulled it from, and now I remember why I'd stuck it under there. It's because it's dry. So I'll have a bit of a double impression here, but whatever. I'm just going to line, I can never ever line it up perfectly. But we've got a little, I think she's going to be cute. Okay, now I've got too much stuff happening on my table and my brain can't cope with all of that. I want to actually put this, yeah, absolutely can't cope with all of this today. How cute would these be? Can I put them on her body as well? Oh, I'm going to try. This is not what I intended to play with at all today. But I just... how cute's that? Should we do that? It'll be around the other way. I'm just going to play around with this. Okay, rightio then. Okay, so use this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her actual head. But I want to make this Christmas, okay? So this particular stamp design is called Dreamtime. And I'm just going to pop her here. I know I'm repeating them, but it's just, I'm playing. Stand up, press down, crack the table. Perfection. Right, oh, love that big stamp. So pull that. Oh no, I'll let her stay on there. Now, I want to just, I think, just get this girl for the first off with her antlers. And this stamp set is called Tadar, I think. So again, you can get them on my website, or you might be able to find them out where Creative Expressions things are sold, like scrapbook.com and Country Crafts, but who knows? There's just so many releases from everyone. You can't expect, every store to stock everything. But usually people, if you ask about something, they'll get it in for you. Okay, now, I think, how cute would she be? Now, let me think about her hair, though. That hair coming over in front. Will that be a bit much? Well, people's hair comes over in front of them. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. It's a stamp. The lovely thing about it is we can always stamp again. Stand up and press on. So she'll have a bit of a bobble head. Like, her head will be a bit proportionally too big. But I think it'll be quite cute. And now, just to help with my future, see, and then I could put this little deer could be leaping in front. Sozzy, stop it! Putting those out of the way, and I've got my watercolors here. See, I could put a little, how cute would that little cat be on one of the bodies? Oh, you can have lots of fun creating all sorts of things, can't you? Okay. I think I might just do quickly, just add this in. Do I need to ink it up every time? Probably. Oh, see, I could give her two. And she looks ancient Greek. It's playing around with things day. Okay, this is Whimsical Watercolours. Seemed appropriate to use these. I'm just, to let them activate, I'm just going to give them a little spritz off that water on there, so that just gives them a little bit of time to activate. And I'll check questions in 1 second. I'm going to pop that little mistletoe back on there. Sozzy! Soz! Sorry, calling out to my dog before he locks himself into a barkathon. It might be too late already. Okay, look at me, tidy as I go. Oh, so virtuous. Right. Oh, see, I could use these beautiful creatures as I go with my water bottle. Oh no, I'm feeling these. We've activated them now. So I've got So you'd think a bigger desk would be an answer, but that's not the case. Bigger desk, you just end up with things that you can't reach. And I've got a policy of hug distance. Everything has to only be hug distance away, or you just don't use it. I just know in myself. See, look, we could add a little Christmas wing Oh, Christmas wings, bam. And then the actual Pegasus set actually has a set of the Art Foamies wings and a Pegasus. And a unicorn. Also can be just used as a normal horse. Versatile, you see? So, let's start with... I've used a waterproof ink in here so that I can add my colours on here. And the funny thing about these sorts of, where I've used a bit of strange proportions, let's say, they make sense once if you just forget where they came from originally. She's going to have pink hair. She might end up with gold hair at some point. I'll let that shoulder come through first, and I won't have that coming through. Now that's her shoulder, so let's just have pink coming down, and we'll create that there for her. I'm just coming in. Remember the whole colouring in craze? Oh my gosh, but colouring in is cathartic, and that's what you get to do after you've added your stamps, because you've added just the black and white. Now we can add the colour. Oh yes, that's a good idea, the little bird stamp. Who said that would make a fabulous wing? Kerry said that. Kerry says no. Let's have a look. Yes, oh, little tiny ones. I could do them that way. That would be very cute. Ah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Why not? It's playtime anyway. So I'm just going to ink the parts of it that I need. Okay, so she'll just have a little double set of wings here. Oh, she's going to have a tattoo if I'm not careful. Which is fine, but not what I'm after today. I could just ink up one wing too, but I want double, because that's like a little dragonfly. Cute as. Now, if I do them upside down on the other side, I'm just going to do that, but what I probably could do is draw them, like just like copy them out, but I'm going to do that and tricksy it. So they won't be quite the same, but I don't think it'll matter really. Whee! It'll still read as little, because it's got the double wings, I think it'll look quite cute. Oh, the shimmer in this is so beautiful. Also add some gold in here. Oh, I might add a bit of that pink in this side as well. And for her skin tone, let's I'm just going to grab, where is Will-O-Wisp? So this is Pigments of Imagination. Just going to pop a little bit of this down and mix in a little bit of Painted Veil. So I've got the warmth of Will-O-Wisp, which is actually a waterproof ink, but I don't think you can mix them together like that. It'll just dry. As it dries, just a little bit of basic tone there, and I'll give her a darker tone, I think. So I just this is Lost World. Just adding a bit of water to it just to help me control the depth of the colour, and so I can get a little bit of shading happening as well, and I can leave some little areas for highlights. Just let that dry. Just add a little bit more to the edges, just so I've got a bit of a shadow happening here where the hair is, and a bit of dimension. Just in there. Now I need to add a little line in here, so I'm just going to grab, where are the pens that are meant to be there? I think I took them, put them in a pencil case when I was going out and about, but now I need them and I didn't return them. What a naughty woman. So I'm just adding in some little lines, and just where this didn't quite work, like I just didn't do a good enough job stamping. So it's sort of, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, we usually all have some sort of celebration of the end of the year. And we've just had Thanksgiving as well in America. I think it's a nice time to just think about, we're nearly at the end of this year, think about what it is that worked this year for us, what didn't, what things that are worth celebrating happened. It's been a very full-on year. It's been a really full-on few years, hasn't it? Or is it always full-on? I remember one year the worst thing that seemed to happen was David Bowie passed away. And, you know, that was all a bit shocking, but things have gotten a bit more full-on since then. Or maybe the media, I don't know, is more full on. Just getting her little thing. But, sorry, I didn't want to go all negative. What I meant to say was, we can celebrate the things that are good in our lives. And like what we might want to change for next year. Oh, this soft pink. So this is twin set. Oh, stop it. Don't ever stop. Just add a bit more red in here. Make these a bit more ooh la la. And I used a waterproof pen there so that I can paint over these, and the line work won't come alive, just like with the brush. I'm just adding, why wouldn't she have gold antlers? Should she have a gold dress? And this girl here, she's looking very ancient Greece goddess to me. I know this is mistletoe, but it's looking a little bit laurel wreath as well. So we'll just mix up all the metaphors. We'll just mix up all the myths, all the legends, and I'll use a different gold, or I might go a little bit Lucille and have this goldy orange. And this palette is named after an ancient Greek term or myth legend, Halcyon. Like you might have heard of Halcyon Days, that's the name of the palette. The Halcyon Days watercolour palette. And the Halcyon Days, it's a old Greek myth, ancient Greek myth about a bird, a kingfisher. And that was the Halcyon, that's what the Greek, or Halcyon, or however they would say it, I don't even know. And but we say Halcyon. And originally it was a goddess, a nymph that married a mortal, and a mortal king, because you wouldn't marry a normal old mortal, there has to be a king. So he went off, and she loved him very much, and his boat came to ruin as he was coming back into harbour to come home, and she threw herself off. I think her name might have been Halcyon as well. She threw herself off the cliffs, and Zeus loved her, was one of the gods, and decided that he turned her and her king into birds, into kingfishers. And they went to lay their little eggs, and they got swept away. So the gods intervened again and created a time of calm, and they could have their... Oh, so I did that too green. I was talking too much. So the Halcyon Days is like a time of calm in between storms, is the way we refer to it now. And now in modern times it refers to a time of calm, of nostalgia, of like a perfect day, your Halcyon Days, the good old days that may not ever even have existed, but the Halcyon Days are, that's what it's referring to. So it's a period of calm. So that's why the names are things of nostalgic, like just a nice little perfect peaceful day. I think that's a better colour there. I might give her a little bit of green in the eyes. What a strange journey we've been on here. Well, I have anyway. Oh, this colour. So that is Frog Pond rather. And she's just, dancing around. Hey Sandra, yes, let's mix up all the ancient and modern celebrations. Let's just mix it all up. And let's give her some little cheeks as well. And this is a type of pigment or paint, like pigment pebbles and fairy dust, that's got shimmer in it. So it's got colour in it, but it's also got shimmer in it. And the colours are all different. So you can have all of them. And you're not going to be repeating. Like I say, it's just, there's your excuse if you want them all, if you have to have everything. But if you, want to collect things up slowly or just have one thing, there you go. You prefer giving you an excuse to have everything, because that's more honest for me, because I've always had to have everything. So yes, me advising people not to have everything is quite funny, really. It's very not realistic, not the reality. Kerry, this was such a good idea, those little bird wings for her wings. I love that all of her, it's all the wrong colours, but I think her hair colour's the wrong colour. I'm going to go in with this dark, or maybe the purple. I've got these two on my brush. It doesn't look nice with her skin tone, needs something a bit more dramatic. Ooh. Okay, because I'm mixing complementary colours and it's neutralising into a bit of a grey. What I might also need to do, because I'm covering up that stamp, I might need to come back in and reinstate bits and pieces of it. Gosh, that colour is nice, but let's just see. Sometimes you just got to do what it is that you need to, just paint out what you need to, and then assess what is actually in front of you. Because sometimes you think something, you prejudge something that it might not work in the way that you expected, or that you might have, and if you just let it dry and see what it is that you've actually got in front of you, sometimes it has worked, and sometimes it hasn't. We can have all the things happening all at once, you see. Working, not working. Now I've got Pinpoint paint pen. No, I haven't. I've got Wonder Writer. Pinpoint paint pen's very nice for just reinstatements, or LTQ. Yeah, LTQ. Now, is this one of my good ones? Yes, perfect. Okay. Now, let me have a little quick look at questions, if there's anything I can help you with. Summer solstice in Australia. What, as in today? That's interesting. Now, I'm going to Trixie this and give her the top of a wing just by straightening that out. It might still be a little bit wet, actually, but it should be okay. And then I'm going to just Trixie that shape in, and same thing here, just give that a little bit of texture, and so forth. Keep putting my hand in that. I just need to reinstate these lines. So the LTQ, this is a brush tip with a waterproof, very, very black ink inside it, but a very, very fine little tip. And it's called the License to Quill LTQ. One of the best pens ever, probably. Not being biased or anything like that. Give her some extra little earrings. Give her some little extra eyebrows. And I'll just reattach her neck. I'll just make it a little bit bigger so it attaches to a little bobble body. And just reinstate this line here. I'm going to make it a bit more luxurious. Let her little thumb come in over the top. Oh, don't put your hand in it, Jane. And I might even come over here, reinstate this just a little. Because this watercolour, oh, and if I hand draw it over there, the whole thing will look a little bit more hand drawn, actually. You won't even know that I used a stamp. And any other little lines that I've got sitting under there will just be a little bit of extra texture. as I create. I can just do a few little, I'm just following a little bit what's going on in the background, a little bit. But I could change that completely too. Got a few little goddess curls happening. Oh, she's quite cute. Totally not what I thought I was going to be doing with you today, but you know, we do what we do. And again, I'm just, because I've amalgamated several stamps here as well, just telling the eye which lines it is that's the most important here. So it just helps which things go in front of which things, so that we've got a little bit of just definition really. Add a few little stray hairs, why not? We've got her little thumb, her little hand coming down like so, little foot, her other little foot is here. And then if this is coming over, it just says this girl's standing in front of the other one. No matter what is going on there, this is what we're doing. Okay. Yes, the colours are gorgeous. Right, now, let me, oh, now look what, this is funny. I refilled a couple of these colours the other day after I finished filming, and look, and then I put them to dry like that, and they've, that one went travelling, so I'm just folding that bit of watercolour back before it's totally dry, and that'll be fine. And if I, to make this, I mean, she could just be flying. She should have wings too, you know. She might get the Art Foamies ones. How cute would they be, huh? Bam, bam. Or even if she just had that, like two like that, would that work? Or are they too big? Or could I use these little wings again? Just before we finish. I was nearly done. He nearly got rid of me. And then I decided to not go anywhere. Don't you think they would be kind of cute? Yes, okay. So this, yes. This stamp, the little bird, comes with this lady with the dress. That's called Dream Time. So you can find it on my website for sure. I'm just going to pop these here. Oh, I love them so much. Yay. I actually love the little dots too. Isn't that cute? So I'll just let that dry, and then I could add a bit of gold on there too. And just bring that all the way into her body like that. And I forgot she had a bobble head, because my eyes have gotten used to it now. But she does need some little bit of highlight, doesn't she? And this one, let's give her a little bit of highlight as well. Give her a little bit of highlight on the bust there, on the clavicles. Oh, that's right. Remember I had to double stamp it? So I can just sort of take away any other little bits and bobs. Might need to come in with a little bit more colour too. She sort of looked great off. Okay. Oh, tippy toes on the wings. Love it. Yes, that's a great idea. Tippy toes being a type of pen, a brush. Just coming in with a bit more depth of colour here. So we've got a bit more dimension. And I did want her to... so I'm going to come in under the cheekbone. But I don't want it to look like a 5 o'clock shadow. So I'm just going in just gently. So that's a shadow being cast. Shadow being cast by the nose. I need a little bit of a shadow under the lip and the neck. And let's come in here as well, give this a bit of shape. Yeah, that's better. Now I'll just let that dry because I might need to, I've got quite a lot of water in there. I just want to give her some cheekbones, but maybe I could make that just a little bit softer so it doesn't look like a beard, it's just shading. Little bit in here in the cleavage just to say this, that's going in, and the whiter part that I put a little bit of white paint pen on is coming out a bit more. Just so she's got a bit of voluptuousness happening. Oh, it's a lovely way to practice the shading because you haven't spent much time painting it or drawing it. We can just play around with our shading. Oh, see, every time I do a little bit more, it'll look better and better and better. Now that's a bit too distinct, so I'll just as it dries, just come in and I can just fuzz those edges because this is watercolour. Just as long as I'm not hurting the paper will start to tell me, like just there it peeled. It said, lady. There's only so much I can do, okay? I am paper and you are rubbing me with water. Well, I've nearly stopped. Having too much fun. Someone suggested tippy toes, so these are the metallic markers, and of course, yes, brilliant. It's Christmas, all right? These are New Year's fairies. Fairy Christmas. And you know what? I can use this now. That's probably dry underneath. Whatever these other little lines are. And start to get rid of those. Might take a couple of goes. But look, I think she needs a little bit of a highlight on there. But gold or pink. Red or pink or purple. I'm not sure. that's nice. It's actually taming a little bit of those black lines, so that the blacker lines can be more here. What a lovely bit of fun I've had here with you. Thank you for today. I've really enjoyed that. Even though it's completely not what I intended on showing you. Maybe I'll find, I'll just have to keep looking, or I'll just have to get some more. That was a fabulous idea. Thank you for your suggestions. Kerry with the wings here. Pulling out the Tippy Toes pens. So you guys are experts. You know everything. Okay. Well, yes, so the LTQ is waterproof, very much so. Very much so. It's a fantastic pen. This would have to be one of the best things that one of the best pens I've ever had in my life. They're just wonderful for what they are, for what they do. It's just nothing touches them. But what can we put here? I'd have to do a little... Well, they're fairies, aren't they? I'm just going to... I'm just going to write fairy for now. I don't know why. Fairy is a very fun word too. Right. And we've got a little bit of I Love Lucy as well in there. So it was a real mash of everything. A little bit of Colour Library from the other day. A little bit of Pigments of Imagination from the other day. Oh, they go back up there. And we started off with the sprays. Sorry. Gosh. And yeah, don't forget when you're doing your, if you are spraying on things, use up all the ink. Because then I could stamp out all of these little faces, or I could draw them. I kind of like it just one stamp like that too. But yes, whatever you do, have fun with it. I didn't end up really using any of these. Oh no, I did. I used the mistletoe. Yes, but you never know when they might pop up, because for me they're not just for Christmas. Just as a real cat or dog is, or a pet, they're not just for Christmas. They're for all year round. Well, thank you again, and tomorrow for our advent calendar, watercolour gesso. Well, I better prep a page so we don't have to watch that dry. I'll do that now. Good one. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Everything that I showed you, you can get at janedavenport.com, which is where I'm going to have to head to get some of my fairy stamps, because they have flown away. I'm just going to have to accept that they've gone. And of my own accord, like I can't even blame anyone else. They're just, I have put them somewhere and now I don't know where they are. Okay, yes, and the stamping stand, don't forget about that. The clear symmetry, and always with things, we have bundles. There's a holiday, there's a stamp set bundle. We've got lots of the Halcyon Days stamp set bundles, so you almost, I think you end up getting a whole free stamp with that one. Or usually if it's a bundle or a gift with purchase, and that's our way of saying thank you for getting the whole kit caboodle. And always, we've also got the free shipping. That's international, and you can work your way up to that. Now don't put your empty stamp pad, Jane, back in with the others. Put it in that filing bin. Okay. I've used it all up. Okay. Thank you so much. And yeah. Go treat yourself if you need to. And have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Go and do some art.